Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. So, there's quite a lot going on today. We're going to update on a number of things that's going on around the farm here. Just kind of let y'all in on what's happening. We've had a beautiful day. I mean, it has been up in the mid 60s, sun's been shining. I've had a little bit of work to do inside at the computer for my regular job. I've been able to get outside a little bit today, do a few little things around. Chick-pocolypse, got an update on that. We had a big happening on that today. Big happenings with the sheep. We got some projects that are moving along, so stick around with us and let's check out what's happening on the farm. What you got?
Got some chicky days.
So the post office just called. Watch out, Sophie. Post office just called and our chickens are here. I had just been to the post office like an hour ago to check and see if they were there. They weren't. They said they wouldn't be here today, but apparently, ta-da, a truck ran. So these are our first batch of our meat chickens. So let's get them down, get them the brooder, and we'll talk a little bit about sort of what's been going on. Take the lid off there. So these are our meat birds. This is the first batch of 50 broilers that we're going to get this year. These are the Freedom Ranger color yield, and they come from the Freedom Ranger hatchery in Reinhold, Pennsylvania. This is about the second or third year that we've ordered off of these guys. Been very pleased with them in the past. They do a really good job. These were shipped priority mail today, and these were not shipped via air. And apparently that's where some of the issue with shipping birds is coming into play. The Postal Service had put a hold or an embargo on the shipping of live animals via air service through the end of this week. Again, typically these birds will show up on Wednesday morning. We got the call Wednesday around lunch. So that's a little different than what we've experienced in the past. So they Saunders tell them. Yeah, and also, yeah, Saunders saying that they shipped 15 or 16 hours earlier than they typically do, and then they arrived probably 4 or 5 hours later than they typically do. So still a bit of a delay, but not anything that we can't deal with. These birds look good. We're going to get them out of the box, dip their beaks. So anytime you're ordering chicks through the mail, you're going to get day-old chicks, or they're going to be about maybe up to 48 hours old. Chicks will have enough of the egg yolk sac left to sustain them for about 2 days in terms of nutrition and hydration, so they're fine. So we're going to get them out. We're going to dip their beaks in the drinker so that they know there's water. They can go back and find it. Just a bit of an orientation thing for them. Then we're going to put them here in the brooder and let them do their thing, but shipped 50, we'll count as they come out. So far everybody looks good. They look kind of sleepy and tired. They're bunching up. They're kind of cold, but that's fine. That's normal. So let's get them out and get them started. $54. They shipped us some extras. That's very typical of that hatchery to throw a couple extra in there. And then I'm sure right now they probably got a glutton on chickens. So that was nice of them. We got 54 instead of 50. Pro tip for you, if you're using drinkers that have got like a well in the bottom of them like this, particularly on really small chicks, day olds, you know, for about the first week, just get you some rocks. Just something out of your driveway or something laying around, and just put a bunch of rocks in there. as you can see, these chicks are jumping up in there, and if those rocks weren't in there, they may have difficulty getting out and could potentially drown. So we always just fill the bottom of that drinker up, especially, you know, like I say, for the first week or so, with just some gravel, some rocks, just something for them to stand up on. Still gets plenty of water. They can drink right between the bits of gravel or rock or whatever you got in there. Just a pro tip, that'll keep you from losing chicks to drowning in your drinkers. Chickens don't swim very well. And then also in the brooder, we've got two lamps, two heat lamps. These have got the red bulbs in them. We don't rely on these clamps. These lights do come with a clamp, and you could potentially clamp that onto something. I don't recommend just clamping a lamp on and then walking away and leaving it. I heard Troy McClung say one time you might as well just strike a match to your barn and walk away. So if you can, hang them from a nail, a broomstick, something that you can thread through where they've got an opening to hold those lamps up. Just added safety to keep the light from falling down, potentially killing chickens, setting your brooder on fire, causing a barn fire, structure fire, something like that. So just use that. Also, we got plenty of feed in here. This is a chick starter, higher protein. Typically we start our chicks out on about 24% protein. We'll feed 50 pounds of chick starter for every 30 birds. So there's 54 in here. We'll probably end up feeding about 100 pounds of chick starter. That just gets them off to a good start. They need a little higher protein early on. A lot of folks will put a thermometer in their brooders to check temperatures, and that's fine. There's certainly nothing wrong with that. We don't, because we put these lights in here, and there's plenty of warm space that the birds can get under, directly under the lamp, and then there's plenty of cool space. And if you'll watch your chicks, you can tell whether they're cold or hot depending on their activity and where they're at. So you can see some of these birds are a little cool, so they're staying up and under the light. There's a few that have ventured out. They must be fine. They're not particularly cool right now, coming out to get a drink, but then they're walking back towards the light. So there's a gradient of temperature, warmer under the light, cooler out away from the light. Those birds will self-regulate. Just make sure they've got plenty of warm space that they can get under, and they'll be fine. These guys looking good. Active, vocal. So since we got those baby chicks in today, we're going to turn back on, I mentioned this briefly in another video, we're going to turn back on registration for our Pastured Poultry Processing Class. So just to kind of let y'all know what's going on May the 2nd of 2021, we're going to have a Pastured Poultry Processing Class here on farm. Full day, everything pastured poultry. We're going to do a pastured poultry walk. We should have some birds in the brooder. We should have some birds out on pasture, and then we're going to have these 50, good Lord willing, 54, good Lord willing, and they all make it through for processing that day. So we've got 10 spots open. You'll come on, we'll do a pasture walk, we'll look at all the birds, we'll talk all things pasture poultry, and then we're going to focus the primary part of the day on actually processing. Now, this is not like other processing classes that you might have seen. This is going to be a hands-on, get your hands dirty, go through the entire process from kill, scald, pluck, eviscerate, package, cut-ups, the whole deal. We're going to teach you how to do pasture poultry processing and how to do your own birds on your own farm. It's going to be $129 a piece. If you bring a partner or a friend or a spouse or however you want to do that, we're going to discount the second ticket. It'll be $99. And so I'm going to post a link to that in the description down below. Also, on that same day, we're going to be doing a farm-to-table meal. So we'll be cooking some stuff that is actually being grown here on the farm. So we're going to feed folks. That's going to be part of the deal. And you will take a bird home with you ready to cook. So there's going to be a lot of stuff. There'll be a lot of handouts, food. You get to take a bird home. We're going to walk around the farm, get to see a lot of stuff. And I was just looking at the calendar. Little Mama is due that day. So it may be a handful. We may need y'all here to help us deal with some farrowing, with a farrowing sow. So we'll see. But anyway, more information I'm gonna post a link in the description down below. More information there. Go over and check that out. If you got any questions, shoot me an email, send me a text, send me a message through YouTube. However you'd like to do that. Again, May the 2nd. Gonna be starting at 8 a.m. Pastured Poultry Processing Class. Full day of pasture poultry. So come on out, visit with us, and learn how to do your own chickens on your own farm. Y'all, this is why I love spring. We were just dropping off those chicks in the brooder and was driving back to the house and saw one of our ewes standing down here, and we've got 2 brand new arrivals. I mean brand new. These guys were not here a couple hours ago. Angel, honey, watch out. So she's got 2 new baby lambs, one white with these real pretty, or kind of a blonde with these real pretty markings, and then Angel, honey, watch out here. And then look at this thing. Look at how gorgeous that baby is. Absolutely beautiful. Daggone. So 2 more new baby lambs. How about that? Big surprise here. So y'all saw we got the meat birds in. You may be asking, what'd you do with your turkeys? So back to our true redneck roots. We are brooding birds on our front porch. So this is a metal drinker, came from Tractor Supply, and inside we have our turkey poults. One of them stand up on the feeder. This is kind of a small thing for them. We're gonna have to get them out of here in a few days. They're not gonna last long in this. But get that fixed back. Brooding of birds, the principle stays the same, and you can scale up, scale down depending on how many birds you got and what you have accessible to you. You know, we've got those 2 pretty sizable brooders, nice brooders down at the barn. But sometimes you need something else because you've got more birds than you do space to brood them in, or you've got a couple different species or different sets, groups, whatever the case may be. Doesn't have to be fancy. This is a drinker from Tractor Supply. We've brooded baby chicks, even in like these little Rubbermaid totes before. Granted, it was only 2 or 3 as a bigger tote, but it worked. So if you're interested in raising chickens, turkeys, ducks, geese, quail, guineas, whatever the case may be, and you need to brood something, don't let the fact that you don't have a commercial or a manufactured brooder stand in your way from doing that. Use what you got. Use a drinker or a Rubbermaid tub, or a big box from Amazon. I'm sure everybody's got a lot of those laying around. Lord knows we do. So brooding our turkeys back on the front porch of the house, true redneck fashion. So getting down towards the end of the day, I want to come down and check on all the sheep, see how everybody was doing. Here's our 2 guys that were born earlier this morning. So went and checked. The little brown one is a little boy. The black and white one is a little girl. She is absolutely beautiful. So we're excited to keep her around for breeding purposes. She has got some beautiful color to her. So she looks good. Just for contrast, born today, born 9 days ago. So these sheep really put it on fast. I mean, they grow really, really fast. Then we'll come over here. This guy right here, 5 weeks old today. 5 weeks old. It's amazing at how fast they grow. So he's looking good. All the rest of the sheep are looking good. We got the sun coming through the end of the barn there. So all the mamas are looking good. Baby's out here. Look at that, man. Ain't he cute? What are you doing, buddy? It's a little ram lamb here. Looking for mama. So it's been a big day around here. New baby chicks. Didn't think we were going to get them. We thought the Postal Service was going to mess us over again, but we got lucky there. Those birds came in. Friends of ours, texted back and forth with them. They got some chickens today via the mail. Same hatchery that uses Postal Service ground. Didn't have to air those birds, so apparently that makes all the difference in the world if you're close enough to a hatchery to be able to get those birds moved via ground and not via air. New baby lambs. I mean, it's just been a great day on the farm. you know, this just does something that kind of warms your heart to interact with these animals, care for them, and got some wandering around back here, care for them, and do something that's real. I mean, you know, we're not punching numbers into a computer here. This is not, you know, constant email work. This is not a video game. It's not a social media deal, even though we do share it with y'all on YouTube. This is something real. It's something very visceral. And Joel Salatin talks a lot about a visceral connection to the earth and to your food and to where your food comes from, and makes all kinds of sense whenever you start doing it. So I'm gonna post a link to a couple other videos over here, some other stuff we got going on. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. We got so much stuff going on right now. Lots happening. New baby pigs will be here before you know it. If you ain't seen cute till you've seen new baby pigs. But anyway, hit that subscribe button, follow on. We appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks.